"Jim, you were at Monte Carlo this winter," he said. "For a week," answered Jim Frobisher. "I think I asked you to call on a client of ours who has a villa there, Mrs. Harlowe." Jim Frobisher nodded. "I did, but Mrs. Harlowe was ill. There was a niece, but she was out." "You saw no one, then?" Jeremy Hazlitt asked. "No, that's wrong," Jim corrected. "I saw a strange creature who came to the door to make Mrs. Harlowe's excuses. A Russian." "Boris Wabersky," said Mr. Hazlitt. "That's the name." Mr. Hazlitt sat down in a chair. "Tell me about him, Jim." Jim Frobisher stared at nothing for a few moments. He was a young man of 26 who had only during this last year succeeded to his partnership. Though quick enough when action was imperative, he was naturally deliberate in his estimates of other people's characters, and a certain awe he had of old Jeremy Hazlitt doubled that natural deliberation in any matters of the firm's business. He answered at length. "He is a tall, shambling fellow with a shock of grey hair standing up like wires above a narrow forehead and a pair of wild eyes. He made me think of a marionette whose limbs have not been properly strung. I should imagine that he was rather extravagant and emotional. He kept twitching at his moustache with very long tobacco-stained fingers, the sort of man who might go off at the deep end at any moment." Mr. Hazlitt smiled. "That's just what I thought." "Is he giving you any trouble?" asked Jim. "Not yet," said Mr. Hazlitt, "but Mrs. Harlowe is dead, and I think it very likely that he will. Did he play at the tables?" "Yes, rather high," said Jim. "I suppose that he lived on Mrs. Harlowe." "I suppose so," said Mr. Hazlitt, and he sat for a little while in silence. Then, "It's a pity you didn't see Betty Harlowe. I stopped at Dijon once on my way to the south of France 5 years ago when Simon Harlowe, the husband, was alive. Betty was then a long-legged slip of a girl in black silk stockings, with a pale, clear face and dark hair and big eyes, rather beautiful." Mr. Hazlitt moved in his chair uncomfortably. That old house with its great garden of chestnuts and sycamores, and that girl alone in it with an aggrieved and half-crazed man thinking out awkwardnesses for her. Mr. Hazlitt did not like the picture. "Jim," he said suddenly, "could you arrange your work so that you could get away at short notice if it becomes advisable?" Jim looked up in surprise. Excursions and alarms, as the old stage directions have it, were not recognized as a rule by the firm of Frobisher and Hazlitt. If its furniture was dingy, its methods were stately. Clients might be urgent, but haste and hurry were words for which the firm had no use. No doubt somewhere round the corner there would be an attorney who understood them, yet here was Mr. Hazlitt himself, with his white hair and his curious round face, half babyish, half supremely intelligent, actually advocating that his junior partner should be prepared to skip to the Continent at a word. "No doubt I could," said Jim, and Mr. Hazlitt looked him over with approbation.